Today we're going to give you a brief tutorial on how to install your Xbox 360 Slim graphics successfully. The first thing is you'll go ahead and want to apply the front piece first. Start with the largest side first, which is this one here. And what you'll want to do is go ahead and just worry about lining it up with the top little crack opening here on the faceplate. Don't overlap the crack, just go right along with it and get it right up along the left edge there too. So go ahead and get that lined up as exact as you can, and then follow along the crack. Okay, and take a look at it. If you think you got it lined up pretty good, then go ahead and apply the rest of the graphic downward. Just working it down. Lift it up and make sure you're working it into any of the indentations in the Xbox. Don't try to go over them. And wrap it around the bottom. Okay, take a look at it, and nice and lined up with the bottom opening and with the top opening. If everything looks good to you, then go on to the next step, which is the second smaller piece for the front. And what you want to do with this one is line this piece up with the very corner of the piece you just put on and the opening crack in the Xbox. So you want them to butt right up against each other, as so. And same thing applies, just line it up and apply it along with the opening here. And if it looks good, looks like nice and straight, continue. Same thing, work it downward, and wrap it around the bottom. Okay, everything looks good. That was the hardest part. Make sure, again, I'm going to repeat, start with the large side first, butt this corner up against that piece and the opening there, and then just apply it and flow. If you do it differently, it's just not going to come out right, and it's going to be very difficult. Now let's go ahead and take care of your top piece. Now what you're going to do here is start with the left side of your Xbox, the side without the opening on it. And same thing applies, just line it up with the very corner and the opening that runs along the side of your Xbox here. So just line that up and follow. All I'm doing is following the little opening in the Xbox, making sure it's nice and straight. I'm not really worried about any of this here yet. I want to make sure I've got this good and dialed in. Now what you want to do is go ahead and apply it back and forth. And there's the indentation on your Xbox here. Make sure that you apply it into that indentation. Don't go straight over it. You don't want that. Again, same thing with the back here, the little indentation in your Xbox. Go ahead and apply it into the groove. Okay. And flatten it out. Get this piece nice and lined up. You got some wiggle room since this is a thin piece. You can go ahead and just kind of follow the opening there to make it as consistent as possible. Alright. And voila, there's your top piece. Now we've got one more piece to go and you'll be all set. That's just your bottom piece. You'll notice that the little legs on the bottom, one set of them's up closer to the front of the Xbox. The back ones, there's a further space, so make sure you use the graph for it. You go the right direction, basically. You can see it, smaller space, smaller space. So I know that that's my front, and that's where I want to start. Same thing. Go ahead and line up the very corner and left edge. Not really worrying about anything else except getting this section in here right now. Okay, that's good. And work the graphic over. And again, that groove in your Xbox, make sure that you apply it into that groove so that it conforms with the shape of the Xbox. And that's it. You've now successfully applied your Xbox graphic skin. Yours will be a lot more exciting. This is just a basic white graphic that we use so that we can clearly demonstrate the process. And that should do it.